Hi everybody, John Hand here with the Pulsing Cinema, and the movie of the day is an obscure one. Okay, I got one for you. This is one that you could probably lay on anyone who is like, I've seen it all. No, you've not seen it all. Idaho Transfer, a Peter Fonda film. Man, Peter Fonda acted in many films, most notably Easy Rider, of course. He only directed 3 films. He only directed The Hired Hand, Wanda, Nevada, which is some Brooke Shields thing that I've never seen. Maybe a masterpiece. In 1973, he directed this film, this Idaho Transfer, which is kind of like a hippy-dippy, protect the environment type movie. Which has a cast almost entirely of young people. It's very much a young person's film about the uncertainty of what the future may hold for these young people. So it's set in a remote area of Idaho where a group of researchers have been able to develop a portal to the future. It's basically they go into this special room which has a lot of power and energy, and they come out the other end in this futuristic desert landscape. Which there's not. I'd say it's. They believe it's the future, but they're not really sure what time period of the future it is. So the problem is that anyone past, because apparently the process of going into the future is very physically draining. According to the lead actress, it does something to your kidneys, and pretty much anyone over the age of 20 will die if they try to go through the portal. It'll just the shock to their system will kill them. So they have to get a bunch of young kids who are like or like almost full-fledged scientists, but they're teenagers. The lead actress is this one great girl, and her sister comes and visits her, and through that we get a lot of exposition on what's going on here with the research facility. So they're doing trips through time. They're trying to do analysis of the tree rings and some of the what wildlife exists here in this futuristic, for snakes and just the scrubs and what have you. And there is a plan to try to get as many kids as possible through the time portal into the future, so that they can try to repopulate this after this there must have been some kind of eco disaster that caused it to cause the world to become this kind of scorched desert. And so there begin to become complications, and they eventually find themselves cut off from the past, and they're in the future, and then there's a very negative ending where they actually eventually do find someone, and they realize that civilization, that the world has changed a lot, that there are spacemen and space families in a space car, which looks like something out of the 1950s space reality, but there is also an uglier reality beyond that space dream, the ugly reality of how these futuristic people are able to support their vehicles and actually run their machines. So that's all the spoilers I'm going to give, because the film is really great. I don't think it had much of a theatrical release. I think Peter Fonda made it really cheaply using student actors, kids, non-actors, and just pretty much anyone they could find in Idaho. I don't know the exact circumstances behind its creation, but I think it was kind of like a student project that kind of, became a theatrical film. The film is really stark, and he underplays this. I mean, there's not a lot of blinking lights and sci-fi time machine paraphernalia. He keeps it really underplayed, and it plays really realistic, you know. And this whole underground facility where these things, you know, the whole portal into the other time period, it's played very, very, very realistically, and you really buy the. I mean, you think of how realistic and underplayed a film like The Hired Hand was, you know, or even Easy Rider. You know, I mean, it's Peter Fonda. You know, he's going to be chill, and you know he's going to make a hip movie. You know, so, and he did indeed, and he really succeeded. The film, yeah, not widely available, I don't think. Released on VHS. There's a number of public domain DVDs that are flittering about. In fact, it's about time I rewatched this film very, very, very soon, because I really gotten into it. I really just thinking about it now. It's to me one of my favorite time travel movies. A very obscure time travel movie, but just, you know, right up there with like Primer. You know, is one of my favorite time travel movies, and very, 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 very good. Yeah. So, Idaho Transfer, a hippy-dippy, save the planet time travel movie from Peter Fonda. Definitely track it down and check it out. It's really cool.